After a terrible car accident, I called my wife and asked her to pick me up from the ER. She texted back, "I'm at lunch with my male best friend. I can't just leave." I replied, "Okay." What the police officer said when he walked up to their table made her wish she hadn't left me waiting. The semi-truck hit me at 40 miles per hour, spun my car twice, deployed the airbag into my face. I woke up on a stretcher, paramedics saying my name, asking if I knew what day it was. At the ER, they checked me over, concussion, bruised ribs, cuts everywhere, but alive. The nurse handed me my phone. "You should call someone." I called Sarah, my wife. It rang 4 times. "Hey, what's up?" She sounded distracted, laughing in the background. "Sarah, I was in a car accident. I'm at St. Mary's ER. Can you come get me?" Pause. "How bad is it?" "Concussion, some bruises, but they're releasing me soon. I need a ride home." Another pause. More laughter in the background. A man's voice. "I'm actually at lunch with Ryan right now. We just ordered. Can you get an Uber?" Ryan, her male best friend, the one she'd been spending more and more time with lately. "Sarah, I was just in a serious accident. I know, but I can't just leave. Ryan drove all the way here to meet me. It would be rude." My head throbbed. The fluorescent lights felt like knives. "Okay," I said quietly. "Okay, so you'll get an Uber?" "Yeah, I'll figure it out. Thanks, babe. I'll see you at home later." She hung up. I sat there for a moment, staring at my phone. The nurse came back. "Is someone coming?" "No." "Can I borrow a charger? I need to make another call." She brought me one. I plugged in my phone, then I called someone else.
Then I remembered David. Sarah's older brother. Officer David Torres, Seattle PD. 15 years on the force. We'd always gotten along, played basketball on weekends, grabbed beer after Sarah's family dinners. He was a good guy, solid. The kind of person who showed up when it mattered. I pulled up his number, hit call. "Marcus." His voice was warm, happy. "What's going on, man? We still on for the Seahawks game Sunday?" "Hey. So I was in a car accident. I'm at St. Mary's ER. Sarah said she can't pick me up because she's at lunch with Ryan. I know you're probably working, but stop." His voice went cold flat. "Say that again." "I was in an accident." "No, the Sarah part. She's at lunch with Ryan and said she can't leave to pick me up." Silence. I could hear his breathing on the other end. Then, "Where are they?" "I don't know. Some restaurant." She didn't say. "Don't move. I'll find out." "David, you don't have to. I'm her brother, Marcus, and you're my friend. I'll handle this." He hung up. I sat there in the ER bay, surrounded by beeping monitors and the smell of antiseptic, wondering what handle this meant. Nurse Melissa brought me water and crackers. "Eat slowly. Concussion can cause nausea." I nibbled the crackers, sipped the water. Everything tasted like cardboard. The CT scan came back clean, no brain bleeding. The x-rays confirmed 2 fractured ribs on my left side. Dr. Reeves prescribed pain medication and strict bed rest. "You got lucky, Mr. Chen. Another 6 inches to the left, and we'd be having a very different conversation." "Great," I mumbled. "Do you have a safe place to recover? Someone to help you for the next few days? You shouldn't be alone with a head injury." And I thought about Sarah, about her laughing in the background of our phone call, about Ryan. I'll figure something out. My phone buzzed. Text from David. "Found them. Marco's Italian Bistro on 5th. I'm 10 minutes out." My stomach dropped. I knew Marco's upscale Italian place. Expensive. Romantic lighting. The kind of place you took a date, not a best friend. Another text. "Don't worry. I've got this." I wanted to tell him to leave it alone, that I'd deal with Sarah later, that it was fine, but it wasn't fine, and I was too tired and hurt to pretend anymore. 20 minutes later, my phone rang. "David. I need you to hear this," he said. No greeting, just straight to it. "David, what are you?" "Just listen." The line shifted. Background noise flooded in. Restaurant sounds, silverware, conversation, someone laughing. Then David's voice, different now. Official, cold. "Sarah Mitchell." Sarah's voice confused. "David, what are you doing here?" "I'm here in my official capacity, as a police officer with the Seattle Police Department." "What? Why? Is Mom okay?" "Mom's fine. This isn't about Mom." Silence. "Your husband was involved in a serious motor vehicle collision, approximately 2.5 hours ago. He's currently at St. Mary's Hospital Emergency Department. Sustained multiple injuries including a concussion and fractured ribs. He called you for assistance. You declined to help him." The restaurant noise seemed to fade, like everyone nearby was listening. "I didn't decline." Sarah's voice went defensive. "I just said I was at lunch. I told him to get an Uber." "You told your injured husband, who was just hit by a semi-truck traveling at 43 miles per hour, whose car is completely totaled, who is sitting in an emergency room with a head injury that could have killed him, to get an Uber while you finished lunch with your male best friend." The way he said male best friend dripped with contempt. "Officer Torres." A new voice, nervous. "I think there's been a misunderstanding. And you are Ryan Mitchell, Sarah's friend from college. We were just catching up. There's nothing Ryan Mitchell." David's voice went colder. "The same Ryan Mitchell, who's been texting my sister at 11 p.m. The same Ryan Mitchell, whose name I've heard 50 times in the last 3 months. Ryan Mitchell. My brother-in-law is currently in the hospital while Sarah prioritized having lunch with Silent." "Officer, this is really embarrassing." Sarah started. "Embarrassing?" David's laugh was sharp, cruel. "You want to talk about embarrassing? Every person in this restaurant just heard me explain that you abandoned your husband at the ER. Look around, Sarah. They're all staring at you." I pictured it. The upscale crowd at Marco's, business people on lunch breaks, couples on dates, all of them watching this drama unfold. "David, please, it's Officer Torres, and you're coming with me right now. We're going to the hospital, and you're going to pick up your husband." "But Ryan drove." "Ryan can get an Uber." The contempt in David's voice could have stripped paint. "Since you seem to think Uber is an appropriate solution for emergency situation." Update 2. This is insane. Sarah said, her voice shaking. Now crying. You're making a scene. You're humiliating me in front of everyone. I'm humiliating you, David's voice rose, not quite shouting but loud enough that I knew the entire restaurant could hear. You humiliated yourself. You chose lunch with Ryan over your husband in the ER. Just making sure everyone here knows exactly what kind of wife you are. Chairs scraped. Sarah's voice. Fine. Fine, I'll go. Just can we please leave quietly? Too late for quiet, Sarah. By the way, Mom knows. I called her on the way over. She's actually at the hospital with Marcus right now. You told Mom. Sarah's voice cracked. The whole family knows. I group texted them. Figured they should understand what's happening. Mom's exact words were, I didn't raise you to be this kind of person. A sob. Then footsteps. The restaurant had gone completely silent. I could hear it through the phone. 60, 70 people, all watching, all judging. David's voice again pitched to Carrie. Folks, I apologize for the disruption to your meal, but when someone abandons their spouse after a serious accident, sometimes family has to step in. Enjoy your lunch. The restaurant door opened. Traffic sounds. Sarah crying. Then David's voice, closer to the phone. Marcus, you still there? Yeah. I'm bringing her to you. We'll be there in 15 minutes. David, you didn't have to. Yes, I did. He's your family. And what she did, he paused. That's not okay. It's not even close to okay. The line went dead. I sat there in the ER bay, phone in my hand, trying to process what had just happened. Nurse Melissa had been standing in the doorway. She'd heard everything. Your brother-in-law, she asked. Yeah. He sounds like a good man. He is. And your wife. She didn't finish the sentence. Didn't need to. Yeah, I said quietly. Yeah. 15 minutes later, I heard voices in the ER hallway. Sarah's voice, high and tearful. David's voice, calm and immovable. Then a third voice, older female, furious. My mother-in-law, Linda. Sarah Marie Torres, what were you thinking? My mother-in-law, Linda. Sarah Marie Torres, what were you thinking? Mom, I didn't know it was that serious. He called you from the emergency room. How is that not serious? I thought he was being dramatic. David's voice cut in. The semi-truck left a 40-foot trail of debris. His car had to be towed in 3 separate pieces. But sure, Sarah, he was being dramatic. The curtain to my bay pulled back. Sarah stood there, still in her lunch outfit. Nice blouse, designer jeans, makeup perfect except for the mascara running down her cheeks. Behind her, David in his police uniform, and Linda, my mother-in-law, looking at her daughter with an expression I'd never seen before. Disappointment so profound it was almost physical. Sarah saw me and gasped. Oh my God, Marcus. I knew how I looked. Purple bruises blooming across my face and neck, bandages on my forehead where they'd cleaned the cuts, my left arm in a sling, because moving it pulled on my fractured ribs, hospital gown, IV in my right hand. Hi, I said. She rushed forward, grabbed my good hand. Baby, I'm so sorry. I didn't know it was this bad. I thought you just had like a fender bender or something. I told you I was hit by a semi. My voice came out flat empty. I told you I had a concussion and fractured ribs. I know, but on the phone you sounded fine. I sounded fine. I looked at her. I called you from the ER. What about that sounded fine? She opened her mouth, closed it. David stepped forward. Marcus, how are you feeling? Like I got hit by a truck. He smiled slightly. Fair enough. Dr. Reeves said you can be released in about an hour if your vitals stay stable. I'll drive you home. Thank you. Linda approached the other side of my bed. Marcus, honey, I'm so sorry. If I'd known. It's not your fault, Linda. It's hers. She looked at Sarah. I don't even know what to say to you right now. Sarah's face crumpled. Mom, please. I made a mistake. Ryan had driven so far, and I thought Marcus would be okay. And Ryan. Linda's voice went sharp. You're still talking about Ryan. Your husband is lying in a hospital bed, and you're making excuses about Ryan. That's not fair. None of this is fair. Linda's voice rose. Other ER staff glanced over. She lowered it again, but the anger remained. You took vows, Sarah. In sickness and in health. This is literally the in sickness part, and you chose life. Final update. Sarah was full on crying now. I didn't know what else to do. Ryan was already there, and Marcus said it was okay. I said okay because what was I supposed to say? I asked quietly, begged you to come, forced you to care that I was hurt. That's not I do care. You cared more about not being rude to Ryan than about me being in the ER. The words hung in the air. Sarah shook her head desperately. That's not true. I love you. I wasn't thinking. No, I agreed. You weren't. Dr. Reeves appeared, tablet in hand. She took in the scene crying wife, angry mother-in-law, stone-faced cop, bruised patient in her expression when carefully neutral. Mr. Chen, your vitals are stable, no signs of internal bleeding. I'm comfortable releasing you with strict instruction. Bed rest for at least 3 days. No driving for a week. Follow up with your primary care physician in 72 hours. Return immediately if you experience worsening headache, vomiting, or loss of consciousness. Understood. She handed me a packet of papers. Your discharge instructions and prescriptions. Take the pain medication as directed. Ice your ribs 20 minutes every few hours. And Marcus, she looked at me seriously. You need someone with you for the next 48 hours. Concussion protocol. Is that possible? I looked at Sarah. She nodded quickly. Of course. I'll take care of him. Dr. Reeves glanced at David, then back to me. You have my card if you need anything. The implication was clear. If you need anything she's not providing. The ride home was silent. David drove. Linda sat in the passenger seat. Sarah and I were in the back. She kept trying to hold my hand. I kept pulling away, not to be cruel, just because I couldn't. Couldn't let her touch me, couldn't pretend everything was fine. We pulled up to our apartment building. David helped me out of the car, up the stairs, into our second floor unit. Sarah unlocked the door. The apartment looked exactly as I'd left it this morning. Coffee mug in the sink, work bag by the door. A normal Thursday morning before everything changed. David helped me to the couch. Linda went to the kitchen, started making tea without asking. Sarah hovered. Marcus, can I get you anything? Water. Your pain meds. Do you want to lie down in bed? I'm fine here. Are you sure? The bed would be more comfortable. Sarah, I looked at her. I'm fine here. David sat in the armchair across from me. Marcus, I need to ask you something. I need you to be honest, okay? How long has this been going on? The Ryan thing. Sarah made a strangled sound. There is no Ryan thing. I'm not asking you. David's voice was cold. Marcus, I thought about it. About the last 6 months. About the increasing number of work dinners Sarah came home late from. About the texts I'd seen flash across her phone. Nothing explicit, but familiar, intimate. About the distance growing between us. 6 months, I said. Maybe longer. I'm not Have you talked to her about it? A few times. She said Ryan was just a friend. That I was being paranoid. David looked at his sister. You made him feel crazy for noticing. I wasn't doing anything wrong. Sarah's voice rose. We're friends. We have lunch. We text. That's what friends do. Friends don't prioritize each other over spouses in emergencies. Linda said from the kitchen. Friends don't make their husbands feel paranoid. Friends don't. She stopped. Took a breath. Sarah, honey. I love you. You're my daughter. But you need to take a hard look at what you've been doing. I haven't been doing anything. Then why did you choose Ryan over Marcus today? David asked. Explain it to me. Make it make sense. Sarah opened her mouth, closed it, tears streaming down her face. I panicked. She finally whispered. When Marcus called, I panicked because Ryan was sitting right there, and I knew how it would look if I just left, and I thought Marcus would understand. And you thought wrong, I said quietly. She looked at me. Marcus, please, I'm so sorry. I made a terrible mistake. I love you. I love you so much. Please don't. Her voice broke. Please don't give up on us. I wanted to feel something: anger, hurt, betrayal, but all I felt was tired. So incredibly tired. I need to rest, I said. Can we talk about this later? Of course. She moved toward me. Let me help you to bed. I'm staying on the couch. But Dr. Reeves said. I'm staying on the couch. I repeated firmer this time. She stopped, nodded. Okay, I'll get you a blanket.